I'm going to tell something about the novel Fight Club, and more specifically chapter 21, 29 and 30, which are the two last chapters in the book. And in chapter 29 it becomes clear that the narrator is completely unreliable. One can conclude that because the narrator earlier tells the reader that Tyler doesn't really exist. He is only part of the narrator's mind and hallucinations. In other words, we get to learn that he's schizophrenic, and therefore the whole story becomes unreliable in at the beginning and until the very last end. We think of Tyler and the narrator as two completely different persons. So when we get to learn that Tyler is actually a part of the narrator and the narrator himself, we questions a lot of other different things in the story. It makes him really unreliable because when Taylor is a part of his hallucinations and his own mind, then maybe other things could be as well, or maybe he's just making stuff up to seem more in a certain way, or just to make his point more clear or something. We don't know, and therefore he's really unreliable. In chapter 29, it says and proves this point. I'll just have to find it, sorry. Okay, it says right here, Tyler's gone. Poof. Tyler's my hallucination, not hers. And earlier things had seemed odd, and now we get to know why. We also can tell it's a postmodernist novel, and for instance you can tell that owing to the unreliable narrator, you can also tell it's a postmodernist text in the way the novel criticizes society. The criticism of society plays a huge role in the novel and is therefore one of the themes. It criticizes, among other things, the way society expects people to act and appear instead of people just minding their own business and be how they really are and say what they really mean, do what they really do, and so on. And you can tell this is the theme in chapter 30, line 67, right here, where it says, people who couldn't save themselves, with all of them trying to save me. And it shows that when people are expected to do certain things and be a certain way, they kind of forgets themselves, and instead of just doing what they need and have to do to have a good life, they're reacting the way society makes them, forces them to react. And an even better quote in the book is in the bottom at the same page, where the narrator says, I can sleep in heaven. This shows the busyness in life, and you always have to do something or be a certain person, so there's never time to get rest and just do nothing. Yes, and the personality split is also a very important theme in the novel, and the criticism of society, as it says in the book at page 207, right here. We are not special, we are not crap or trash either. We just are. We just are, and what happens just happens. And that is exactly the message of the novel. We just are who we are. We are not supposed to change our personalities. Society just has to deal with our differences, and we just gotta do what we gotta do. there's no rules, and you can just be whoever you want to be, and that's kind of the message of the book. So in short, you can clearly tell it's an unreliable narrator, because of the schizophrenic and split of personalities, and the theme is the business in life, um, and the expectations from society and the personality split, and therefore you can tell that it's a postmodernist novel, because it has an unreliable narrator,